Hello everyone, Jacob, the High Strung Bard. As you can tell by the title, I did end up eating this morning after work. I know, I said I was going to make 14 days no matter what, but I'm actually at my job. I work 12 hours overnight, and I'm on the verge of a promotion, and it really started to hinder my work. I was sluggish. I was like almost passing out while I was at work. And I think primarily it's because of the fact that I didn't, bring electrolytes like salt and stuff like that. I went and bought some the day before. I just left them at home. But yeah, I ended up refeeding this morning, which was a nice meal. I had an omelet. So for those of you who don't know, whenever you're ending your fast, you either want to do it with like bone broth, which is high in salt, has a good amount of protein and a little bit of carbs, just kind of refeeding the electrolytes into your system little by little. And also you want to do high protein. You want to make sure you get your protein in to get the nutrients back to your muscles and everything like that. But just because I bailed out, once again due to work, I was even talking about it with my coworker. I was like, and he was the only person that I ever told that I was fasting. I didn't tell anybody. I discussed it with them, and I was like, yeah, I'm supposed to have my interview next week for promotion, but I don't want to screw up like that. I don't want to pass out at work, because 12 hours is a long time, and I'm working overnight. So, and it's like a physically demanding job. So if I didn't bail out, I might have ruined my chances for a promotion. And that's why I'm not risking it. Not for a fast like that. I'm definitely going to do the 2-week fast again later on, probably in a few months, give my body some time to readjust. But that's not to say that I'm not fasting anymore. As you can tell by, if you read the description, I'll probably put it in the description, or I might even put it in the title. Not sure yet. I'm going to be swapping to where I'm still fasting, but I'm going to be fasting for at least 16 to 18 hours a day, if not one meal a day. But I'm definitely getting 16 to 18 hours of fasting every time, no matter what. And I'm still going to log my energy levels, how it's doing for me, my weight, and everything like that. I know I haven't shown y'all my weight, but I actually went from 233 to 226. So I lost a total of 8 pounds. Of course, I weighed after I ate, because I went straight from work to eat. So you could probably take, because my body would have swelled up from the water absorption, you could probably take 2 or 3 pounds off of that. So I'm going to round it out to, I lost about 10 pounds in those 4 days of not eating, which is great. That's about what I expected. You typically within 72 hours will lose all of the water weight that your body was storing. Like you usually excrete it, pee out all the potassium, the electrolytes, the water. That's why you have to drink so much water and make sure your electrolytes and everything are up. Because if they're not, you're certainly going to, do what happened to me and probably get dehydrated to all hell, especially if you're a bigger guy like me. If you're skinny and have a good metabolism already and you're fasting, you probably won't feel the effects like that. You'll probably feel fine. But for me, because I was so addicted to caffeine and the stimulants and huge carb diets, like not even a diet. Just, well, I guess diet. Diet just means the meals that I eat. Like the amount of carbs and stuff that I intake, and then I just took away all of that energy, all of it, to where I was exhausted regularly. Sorry if the sound, I'm driving to work right now. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. I'm going to start doing the 16 hours, one meal a day. It depends on what I decide to do, but we'll see. I'll definitely keep you updated. And of course, I'll still be making videos for the porn fast, I could call it. That emergency fast has not changed. That one I'm not gonna back down from, because there is no excuse. With eating, there could be an excuse because it literally affects my health to such a degree. But when you fast from porn, there is only upsides. Hear what I just said. There is only upsides. People will say, oh, if you don't masturbate, you'll have, what is it called? You'll have prostate problems and stuff like that. You won't. That's completely false. That research that was done came from like a very sparse couple of journals that were made. That's not concrete science. If people tell you that to make you feel bad, don't worry about them. Shrug them off. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Another day. Another day. Another day. We can do this. We can do this. We can do this. I'm so hyped for what is in store for us, for what God has for me. You know, it's so hype, because originally I thought I had to do this like extreme 14-day thing, which I've never even made it to 7 days, because I'm usually so into caffeine that by day 4, day 5, I'm like blackout tired. Like the withdrawal symptoms from caffeine become so demanding. As well as I typically do physically intensive jobs, simply because it helps with my ADHD to be constantly moving, constantly doing something. But yeah. So like, I'm super excited to where this goes, because yeah, the idea of me having to do a 14-day fast when I've never done one before is crazy. Especially since I haven't fasted in over 2 years. Yeah, 2 years. When I originally lost a bunch of weight, because I was 275 pounds, and then I dropped down to 220, like what you see today. Well, roughly what you see today. So yeah, I'm back to 226, which is nice. And to be able to do that long of a fast without having fasted in a long time is really demanding. It's really straining on your body, and it's really good for you. Like, obviously my health improved dramatically, and I can't even begin to tell you that. My skin looks better. I feel much more alert and awake. Of course I had to go through all that shit, but that's just like life, you know? You have to push through adversity in order to get to something better. That'll always be true. That's why you have to accept the challenges that are ahead of you. That's why I've been doing a lot of research into Stoicism recently, because it's mostly true. Like, become comfortable with the idea, become comfortable with accepting challenges. Enjoy accepting challenges. Enjoy going through trials. When you can enjoy the mundane and the hard stuff, the great stuff is just going to be icing on the cake, and it's going to be amazing. And it sounds simple and it sounds stupid, but we as people, especially in today's society, we don't ever do anything like that. we get so caught up in our own comfort and our own narcissistic tendencies that we don't pay attention to, like, our feelings aren't supposed to control what we do. And our feelings aren't supposed to control the outcome of our destiny. You know what I mean? Damn, that was a good line. Our feelings aren't supposed to control the outcome of our destiny. I'm gonna write that down right after this. Promise. Anyways. Yeah, like, we shouldn't be so caught up in our own desires that we miss the training, that we don't enjoy the journey. And I'm enjoying the journey. And I had a great time fasting. It was tough, it was hard, and I think my biggest problem with it, of course, the tiredness, but I was constantly in a daze. My ADHD brain didn't have any stimulants or anything in it, so I couldn't focus on anything. I couldn't pay attention. I couldn't latch on anything. I was thinking so many different things that everything seemed like a haze. My time dilation was maxed out. Like, 1 hour felt like 3 days, but the entire day felt like 3 minutes. I didn't like that feeling. You know, when it feels like you're living in a cutscene of a movie. Like you're watching a cutscene, or even you're watching you're watching a flashback or a memory. It sucked. But anyways, for most of you, if you're still going at it, stay strong. I'll definitely still be here. Like I said, I'm not going anywhere. We still have this porn thing to knock out, and this will be a great way to log my thoughts and like a digital journal for myself, if anything else. And I hope you will continue to join me on this venture. Day 4, I still did the full length of. Sorry, readjusting. I still did the full length of day 4. So day 4, we finished off day 4, and then I went and ate after work because my day 4 ended at 5 a.m. and then I ate at like 7. So mood-wise, I would say my mood was decent. Like, it was good because I wasn't overthinking everything. I had to be, well, that's a lie. I was overthinking a lot of things, but I was that's the only thing I can describe out of this situation is, like, I was very nonchalant with everything, and I didn't care. Like, I just didn't give a shit. Which is great, because I feel like like the book says, there is a subtle art to not giving a shit. And yeah, I felt more confident. Of course, the confidence thing is also a byproduct of the no porn. And we're still succeeding, you know? Just because you drop out doesn't mean you're a failure. Don't ever think that means you're a failure. Defeat, like, let me add another quote here. What was his name? Tommy Plates or something like that. He's a guy, old powerlifting dude, bodybuilder. He said something. He said failure has to be achieved, and he was talking about squats, of course. But if you take it into the context of life, it is insanely profound. You have to push to failure next step, after you push to your hell limits, you have to win. And that's the mentality you have to take. I'm going to push myself as hard as I can, and then I'm gonna win. When I'm pushing as hard as I can, it doesn't matter if I win or lose. But after that, after I've gained that momentum and I've learned the knowledge that I've had to, and I've taken the wisdom that's needed, I'm gonna win. I'm going to. And here I am. I'm winning. I'm gonna set my feeding window. I'm gonna say, to give my body time to adjust and to, you don't want to eat too close to bedtime. And that's one thing that I'll say I did wrong about my refeeding. I refeeded right after work, which I usually go to bed shortly after, which I did. You don't want to do that. I did that out of impulse, mainly. I really wanted some eggs. I felt like literal dog shit. And yeah, I did that wrong. That's one thing that I'll say I did wrong. But other than that, yeah, I want to set my refeeding window to, I know I'm going to eat at 11 or 11:30. That's when I usually eat. So I'll set my eating window, because I'm doing either 6 or 8 hours of fasting every day, if not more. But 8 hours is the minimum. No, I'm sorry. I'm doing either, am I saying that right? Of eating. Yeah, of eating. Like, my eating window is 8 to 6 hours. I think I said fasting. Anyways, 8 to 6 hours of eating. And I'm going to continue on like that. So let's do, if I ate shortly after, maybe a couple hours after waking up, we'll say 6 o'clock, right? Is that good? 6 p.m. to 12? Yeah, that's 6 hours. Okay. Yeah. So if I eat at, from 6 to 12 will be my eating windows. Or if I'm really hungry or I have plans, I'll eat at 4 at the earliest. But I think 6 to 12 should cover most of my plans, because I'm in my head I'm trying to consider work and things outside of work, like set plans that I have that are recurring, like my D&D sessions that I have and stuff like that, which I really want to start writing D&D campaigns and posting them on here. I don't know. I'll take a poll on it. I might do that on my gaming channel. Which, I'm rambling now. I need to cut this video off. It's almost 20 minutes long. Jesus. So that's what I'm going to be doing. As far as porn goes and urge-wise, of course, I was feeling like such shit. I didn't even care at all about porn. So my urges were still at 1, right? So now the challenge is going to begin, where my body's not under strain by something else. What is going to be my urge levels moving forward? So that's what we're going to start keeping track of. My 1 meal a day, I'll still keep a log of how I'm feeling and what's going on. What I'm eating, I might throw in there, just to kind of help out. If y'all are interested in doing 1 meal a day or doing intermittent fasting just in general, check me out. We'll see where my progress goes, all right, that about wraps it up. Stay strong, stay out of your head. Don't don't give yourself an out. And I don't mean with fasting, because sometimes an out is helpful when you're putting your health at risk. But for porn, do not give yourself an out. Don't give yourself an out. If you have to, every night, put your phone in the bathroom and leave it there. Right? Or, I don't know if you have a safe. If you have a safe, put your phone in a safe. Make it extremely difficult to look at stuff like that, to even give yourself the option. So what I did is I downloaded a porn blocker, like a website blocker on my phone, and it allowed me to add websites to it. And then what I did, and it's completely free, it's super cool, I made a group with all the websites or adult themes or keywords and stuff like that that I'm not allowed to look at, and then I locked it. Websites that I know that I do bad on, like Twitter is terrible. Twitter has so much porn on it. I would dare say Twitter has more porn on it than any other website I know, like mainstream website that I know. It's insane. So Twitter I blocked. TikTok I blocked because there's just too many really vulgar things on TikTok. Like, TikTok's fun and there's a lot of cool ones, but there's just too much temptation on there for me, and I know that, and I have to accept that. And then moving forward, what I did was I locked it. Like, I locked the app. They have a way to do that on the app itself, and you can password protect it. And I just put the most random, obscure set of words on there. Right? The most random, obscure set of words. So I can't turn it off. I have no idea what that password is. Like, I just spammed the keyboard and then sent it. So, that's the dedication that you have to have. So when my friends call me crazy, that they're like, oh, why can't you use TikTok? I just can't. Or I tell them, nah, you can send me it on YouTube, or you can send me on Instagram. I'm on both of those things, but I'm not doing it. I'm not giving myself an out. Don't give yourself an out. Anyways, I rambled for too long. Sorry to keep you. Hope you have continue to have a fantastic weekend. It's about to be my weekend, so I'm not thinking Friday was yesterday. My Friday is today. Then I have a nice 3-day break. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.